I've read them. I've been reading them. I haven't prepared. I've read them. We've been using a system for probably about 3 years, but it was very slow. It was difficult for people to use. We were getting objections to people using it, so the data we were capturing was incomplete, and the support we were getting from the partner was pretty non-existent as well. So yeah, we decided that despite having another 2 years left on our licenses, we were on our contracts. We were going to start to look elsewhere and see what was about. Well, we went through quite a big process. To first off, it was a bit of a beauty parade. Went to sort of to see what's out there, and we kind of quite quickly narrowed that down from sort of half a dozen to two that we thought could do a job for us. We went for Rapport on the basis of it had some structure to it. User interface was attractive. It was quick. The screens were responsive and quick, and the support, we could see ourselves with Cubic as a support partner. They came across really well in the process. Yeah, it is. Yeah. 2020 we started. We've got a much more consistent input of information, capture of information than we were getting previously. Partially that's because we've set it up with a series of mandatory information that's required at different stages of a project, which has meant that we've always got that minimum amount of information, which then allows us to interrogate and use that information to see the performance of the business and the performance of the projects. It's very much around understanding which projects we're working on, understanding who we're working for, and understanding what value through the income we're generating from the client base. And we're able to manage the business. I think that's quite difficult to say because we're quite a big, diverse practice. So different parts of the business use different things. But I think overall, the consistency of the input of the information, ability to be able to then extract that information through the OData, and which we've created a number of dashboards, which then allow us to see where we are in our project delivery, who the people are that we're talking to and working with, and how the business is performing. Yeah, so again, we've got quite a big portfolio of reports, and different parts of the business look at different things. But it's just given us control, which we didn't have before. The reporting interface is a lot quicker than the previous one we were using, and we've spent a lot more time this time defining what reports we wanted for what tasks, and those are run at different stages through the month, and in terms of what we're trying to do at the time. And so it's the ease and the speed of the information. If you've got to wait 2 minutes for a report to load or to draw down, it takes too long. So it needs to be quick and accessible, which it is on Rapport. Yeah, the customer experience team have been really good from the start. They probably got involved a little bit earlier than they would normally. It wasn't kind of an implementation, and then the customer experience team they got involved in the actual implementation, which was really good and really helpful. I think it was quite a big implementation, and it was quite complex, with us having lots of different disciplines, teams within the business that are profit centres. So that was really useful, and there's always things going on. There's always ideas. There's always kind of sections of the functionality that we want to try and use better. So yeah, it's really good. Well, as we were already using a system, it was on premise though, but we were in that mindset. So kind of wasn't a big issue for us in terms of trusting. I think if anything, the fact that we had more reliable input, we were able to rely more on the output from that data and the reports that we were looking at. So from that perspective, it was beneficial. But I don't think there was ever a kind of a concern about trust. Yeah, it was just a different system. Yeah, I'd like to understand what's going on. There's a few things I've seen today that were introduced as functionality that was delivered over the last 12 months, and I've missed those, so it's good to catch up on, because we'll revisit some of those things and make sure that we're using them. It's good to see other users, other companies, quite a few people that we work with in the industry. Good to have some time to talk to them as well. Very much, if you think in terms of what's kind of happening at the moment and how is that manifesting itself for our business, the AEC business, it's very much around projects being pushed to the right, projects being delayed, or not starting at all. So how Rapport is helping us is very much around the understanding of what stage we are with which clients, who are the ones that we need to go and talk to and try and develop either the projects that we're talking to them about, or indeed the relationship, so that we're well placed for future projects. We have to focus on the elements that are more recession proof than some of the other ones, and having the right conversations with those people, and because of the information that we have at our fingertips, we're able to target that a little bit more.